Hello everyone, here to show you how to create the shotgun reload animation in C++ and UE4. As you can see, I have a particle emitter that spawns into the hand of the character that allows him to look like as if he was shoveling ammo into the mag tube. I'm going to start with Blender first and how to create the animation, how to recreate it. It's actually very simple. What you do, you in pose mode, you click on the bone, these 5 bones here, and then you maneuver it here, here, and move it back. And let me show you how I did it. What I started from the idle, gave it a keyframe. I went to here. As you can see, I moved it back to the port here. Looks like he's shoveling ammo. It goes like this and like that. And in order to recreate that easily, just move it back. You just move it back. You press G and you just move it backward. But even easier, a tip and a trick. What you do, let me delete these keyframes here and show you a really awesome trick. So that once you get this down, you can easily recreate it again. Shift click these 3 keyframes, go over here, and control C and control V. And there you go. You have basically the same thing. Once you get this nice loop going, you get this one animation. This is idle. Goes in for the shell. Takes it in. Here again. And keeps going like that until 7 are created. In order to export it, very simple. Moves the arm back underneath the mag tube, underneath the magazine port, and you just do that. And in order to recreate, you just click all these bones and press G. Press G and then you move it back. Place keyframe here. Keyframe here. And then you copy paste this idle animation as the 3rd keyframe. You copy paste this as the 3rd keyframe. This to the 3rd keyframe here. To the 4th. So it looks like he shovels the ammo and gets set back into the idle animation. What I do, I go to File, Export. You probably have seen this before. Go to the animation idle aim that we created. Set along the X. And choose all actions again. I can call this reload 3, for example. And then you export it. Oh, first, let me do something real quick. You gotta go to object mode first. You gotta go object mode. Select only the armature itself. Go to export. Go to selected objects. Click armature and mesh. X forward. Z up. Make the animation. Unclick these two. Only deform bones. And get rid of the leaf bones. And do the operator preset that we created. I keep forgetting to change this. So just click all actions just in case you don't get the one that you're looking for. Just in case. Just call it Shotgun Reload 3. You can refer to the previous tutorials on how to import and export, but I'll do it again. X forward, Z up. Then you export it. Go over to the animation folder that you had created. Import it. Select the mannequin arms. And import all. And there you go. If the animation is too fast, what you do, you set the rate scale back to 8 or 0.8 or 0.5, half the speed to make it look reasonable, or even further down, customizing it even further. Then what I did in order to emulate the shells spawning into the it, what I did, I attached a socket to the hand, to the left hand. To the left hand, to this bone here. I attached a socket, called it shell socket. And then what I did in the animation section of the shotgun reload that I created anim notify. Play Niagara particle effect. Shotgun shell spawn system. What you can do, you can pause it. And what you do in order to attach the bone, call it shell socket. You gotta time it just right to look as if it were importing the shotgun shell into the mag tube. So I did. You can Control Z, Control V. You do this, Control C, Control V. And it looks like he's porting it in. And you continue to do that until the very end. And I'm not going to continue to show you how to do the rest of this. I'm just going to go on to how to make the Niagara system, which is very simple, because I'm sure you get the gist of it. You just and if you notice that the rotation of this shotgun shell is misplaced, you go over to the shell socket and you rotate the socket itself, and then sooner or later you'll get the right rotation. Just looks like it's as if you were, shoveling the ammo in there. And for this shotgun emitter, all I did was I put a particle state, a mesh renderer, and put that as a shotgun SM shell, or whatever you have as your shotgun shell. I put the lifetime as 1, and the spawn count 1, spawn time. And that was it. In order to do this, you just like this, go in here, initialize particle, type in initialize particle. And there you go, there's another one, but I'm not going to do that again. And let me go down here, and let me save all real quick. Go over to the shotgun folder I had created. What I want to do in order to create this Niagara system, you create a Niagara emitter. Go FX, create a Niagara emitter, new emitter, make it empty, finish, call it shoddy shell spawn underscore any. And what you do, create Niagara system. Delete this, replace it with a mesh renderer. Go over here, SM underscore shell, 12 gauge, go initialize particle, set it to 1. Then just do the exact same thing here. You can do a loop duration infinite for 5 seconds. You can make even the loop even shorter. And then go over here to the lifetime, set it to 1. Mesh render, set it to the 12 gauge itself, shell itself, and particle state. Kill particles when lifetime has elapsed. And I'm going to show you the code. What I did, I created a shotgun reload. I created an ammo system for it as well, so that then you can count how many. So every time you fire the gun, it the amount of ammunition inside the current magazine gets depleted, and then you can shovel ammo into the current magazine tube using the reserve ammunition you have stocked up. The magazine ammo is, the current total ammo is 50. And let me go where I had implemented that. All I did was check to see if the current magazine ammo is greater than or equal to 0, and if B is not reloading. I never use this variable, so what I do is not equal to current total ammo. And let me go back up here. And what you do, you encapsulate this entire line trace and all the sockets inside this if statement. And you check to see if B is reloading, and if current magazine ammo is greater than or equal to 0. And if it is, you subtract the current magazine ammo every time you fire. I went to the ADS, so I'm checking to see if it is if you are aiming, and if you are aiming, you cannot reload because I don't have a reload. I don't have an aiming reload animation for this. And I'm checking to see if it is not aiming. If it's not aiming, set this to false. So in the blend space, I'm able to reload whenever I'm not aiming down the sights. Setting this to false. I'm returning is aiming, checking like so at then every time I set that boolean to true or false, it'll be set inside the blend space. Here I create a shotgun reload function, U function, setting this boolean to true, checking to see if the current total ammo is greater than or equal to 0, if current magazine ammo is not equal to current total ammo, and if it is and if you are reloading, getting the return value of the function, to checking to see if it is true, and if it is true, and if you're not aiming, and if you're not firing, getting the return values of these functions. So I did. I create a timer and set to 0.70 and loop and have it loop. Now I'm going to return true or false if all these conditions are true. Return true, else return false. I'll show you why. What I'm doing with this timer that I'm looping, with this function I'm looping through, I'm subtracting the ammunition, the current total ammunition, checking to see if it's less than or equal to 50, and if it is, subtract it. And if current magazine ammo is greater than or equal to 6, add it. Or clear the timer. What I'll do will add until it gets greater than or equal to 6. Until the current magazine ammo is greater than or equal to 6. Then it'll play this timer once this condition is met. And this will add using this timer. And if current total ammo is greater than less than or equal to 0, then you clear the timer because you have no more ammo to load into the port. And these are the functions I'm using and getting the return values of in order to use in this if statement. This controls the ammunition that you're porting into the UI itself, which I'm going to show you how to recreate the user interface. This is a very simple user interface. Returning this to true. If it is equal to true, well, not if it is equal, I'm making this equal to true. I'm checking to see if shotgun reload is equal to true. Is reloading equal to true? And this, what it'll do, it'll call this function It'll call this Boolean function have this start once you press the R key. Once you press the R key, it'll call this function, make this happen. I'm checking to see if is reloading is equal to true, and if you're not aiming, and if you're not firing. The shotgun animation delay. What I'm doing, I'm stopping the animation itself and within the blend space. And this is the delay before this timer starts. I'm checking if the current magazine ammo is equal to 6. It'll set this delay before this timer starts to 0.5. And as you can see, if it is equal to 5, equal to 4, sets it to 2, to 3, etc. So then it'll look like as if you're shoveling less and less ammo into the gun itself. Checking to see if current magazine ammo is equal to 1. Current total ammo is equal to 1. So that then it sets it so that then you have only one shell in your reserve that you can put into the mag tube. And if you have 2 that you have in reserve, it creates this delay even further. It keeps this B reloading equal to true. And then what I'm doing, once this timer starts, sets this to false. Sets this to false. So then it stops the reload animation altogether. I create a player input action component. And the previous videos I go over this, so I'm not going to reiterate again. You should be able to know how to create the input. And if not, I'll tell you right now. Go to the Edit tab in Unreal Engine. Go down to Preferences, Unreal Preferences, and then you type in the Details panel of those preferences, and you go to the Input section. And then you create a reload and set it to R. So then when it is pressed, reload happens. Let me go zoom through the code. This is a Boolean function. I made blueprint callable variables for the blend space. Go over here. Let me go over here into the anim blend space of the character itself. As you can see, I created these transitions to the reload. I created a new state, called it reload. I'm checking to see if you're reloading, and if you're not aiming, and if you're not firing. In order to do that, drag out is reloading. Then you go in here and you type in and. And you add pins. Move this pin here, and there you go. You have your pins. Very simple way of checking. And you plug that in. Then here is not reloading. I'm checking to see if you're not loading. reloading at all whatsoever. Very simple. And within the run, so that then you can reload on the run while you're running, is exactly the same. And if you're not reloading. And the event graph, I created 2 more setters. And there you go. Added two more pins to the sequence node. And what you can do in order to preview an animation, you go in here, select your animation. You can preview it in the skeleton section as well, not only in the animation section. And to go over what it's going to look like. Can't fire while it is reloading. Let me go in there and fix it because I noticed something. That should not happen. What happened? Let me see here. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to add additional add and I'm going to do that. I'm going to add an and, say that if it's less than or equal to 7, you can reload. Let me see if that works. And if it doesn't, Oh, that's not what you want. Because if it's equal to 7, then it'll go over. Let me do this. Let me build. Hmm. Let me go back. Let me close the editor real quick. That should not happen. Let me see here. All right. What I go over here to the editor, close this down, build again. See, if I make it equal to 7, then it will go over. And if it's less than 7, then once it hits 7, it will not allow me to reload. That should not happen. I'm going to check to see if the current magazine ammo is equal to 7. Still wants to reload. Let's see here. Let me close this down. For some reason, once it hits 7, it wants to continue to reload. I see if it check if it's less than or equal to 7 instead. I check to see if it's greater than or equal to 6. Or it's less than or equal to 6. Should not be able to reload if it's equal to 7. Let me do this instead. Because if it's equal to if it's greater than 6, it should not be able to reload any further. What I'll do, I'll go over here, close this down. Open this back up. Oops. Huh. It's less than 7. Greater than 0 and less than 7. See here. They build again. What I can do an else statement, else if current magazine ammo is equal to 7, clear timer. Clear timer. Shotgun. Reload. Cannon. Or set the delay equal to 0. That is weird. It should not even allow this. Has to be less than 7. And for some reason, it still continues to reload regardless. This reload should never happen. And if I can't figure this out for this tutorial, I'll create an improved version. I'll go over this in a separate tutorial. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. For now, I hope I covered all the bases of the reload itself. I'll cover in a separate tutorial on how to create this reload animation. I'll see you guys later on covering how to calculate the reload animation. I'll see you guys later. I hope this will cover the base for the reload animation. I'll see you guys later. Have a very great day. Stay safe out there.